Good morning. It is Friday, October 17th. I'm Whitney Turner. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing 10:30 in the morning, Mondays through Fridays. New information today after the Knoxville Police Department launched an internal investigation into an alleged assault early Thursday morning. Just after 1 o'clock, a patrol officer witnessed a verbal and physical fight on Gay Street, and an out-of-town firefighter has now been arrested and charged with assault. The victim of that assault was off-duty Knoxville police officer Zachary Herman, who did not need medical treatment. Court records listed Tyson Donaldson, an out-of-town firefighter from Murfreesboro, as the suspect. Donaldson was arrested and charged with assault and is scheduled to be in court at the end of the month. KPD's Office of Professional Standards wants to learn more about the arrest and what led up to it. KPD tells us their investigation is in the early stages. And a police chase in West Knox County has led to a big drug bust. Barry Sherrill and Kyra Stinson were arrested after a police chase Tuesday. Officials say they found multiple drugs in the car. It led officers to search their home in the Rocky Hill area, where they say they found even more drugs, including fentanyl and more than 1,000 grams of meth. The two are now facing a slew of charges. And right now, a former Union County Sheriff's Office employee is suing the county and the Sheriff's Department. Morgan Kreider, the Union County E911 director, filed the lawsuit. In it, she claims Union County Sheriff Billy Breeding filed a disciplinary complaint against her for comments she made about inmates and then suspended her. Kreider says she tried to appeal that complaint, but neither the Sheriff's Office nor the county got back to her. The lawsuit says Sheriff Breeding fired Kreider after she brought up the appeal at a board meeting. Kreider is asking for $300,000 in damages. And a man who's lived in the country most of his life is now in ICE custody after being picked up by agents in Putnam County. Advocates for him are calling for his release. Others supporting ICE say he's in the country illegally. The Allies of Knoxville's immigrant neighbor says Alejandro Guizar Lozano was taken into ICE custody in Putnam County Jail while reporting for a routine appointment near Nashville. Some Knoxvillians even went to Market Square calling for his release. We reached out to ICE about his arrest. They told us in a statement, quote, Guizar Lozano is an illegal alien with Tennessee convictions for driving under the influence with a court-ordered sentence of 11 months and 29 days and a conviction for possession of methamphetamine, for which he was on 1 year of probation prior to last week. He is being held pending proceedings and a recalendering of a notice to appear. We also reached out to Congressman Tim Burchett about this, who said in part, quote, we are aware of the arrest and subsequent investigation being conducted by Immigration and Customs Enforcement against Mr. Lozano. Congressman Burchett wishes Mr. Lozano would have reached out to his office to help him work through the citizenship process. Now, Lozano will not be staying in the Putnam County Jail. ICE says he's likely to go to an ICE detention facility, but they did not say where that was located. Who is watching out for our nursing home patients in Tennessee? A state audit says Tennessee's Health Facilities Commission has failed to investigate thousands of complaints against nursing homes and other healthcare facilities. The audit comes from the state comptroller's office. It found the commission was late on investigating thousands of complaints against nursing homes. It says the commission was even behind on investigating issues of immediate jeopardy. The comptroller's recommendation was for management to put a plan together that gets surveys done and complaints investigated. The commission has said it made some headway in doing just that, including putting more resources into recruitment and cutting costs. You can see the full report inside your WVLT News app. And the Department of Justice says the Memphis Safe Task Force has now arrested nearly 1,000 people, with the latest numbers showing 978 people arrested by the task force. More than 100 people were arrested on narcotics charges, another 100 for guns, and almost 400 people were arrested on warrants. Governor Bill Lee says they are working on short-term and long-term solutions to help the local courts as the arrests continue. And today marks 1 week since the deadly explosion at a Tennessee plant. A family member of one of the victims has now filed a wrongful death lawsuit. Jeremy Moore is one of 16 people who died at the Accurate Energetic Systems facility. The lawsuit is filed on behalf of his 9-year-old daughter. Lead attorney Lee Coleman says this explosion involved ultra-hazardous materials and that the suit claims AES failed to take proper precautions. The facility, located in Hickman and Humphreys counties, processes ammunition and explosives.
Your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Granger.
It's 10:35 on this Friday morning, and the clouds have started trying to build over downtown Knoxville. Hope you had a great day, and now we're rolling through Friday. There's Knoxville, and we're at 57 right now, as well as Dandridge, 55 Townsend, 58 for Oak Ridge, 60 in Spring City. And your First Alert forecast for the rest of this day shows us that on Friday you get to 76 degrees at the 3 o'clock hour, 67 tonight when maybe you're hanging out with your family at the high school football game, 76 Knoxville to 78 Pigeon Forge today, 80 for Madisonville to Sweetwater, 79 Kingston, 76 for Crossville to Jamestown, 77 Williamsburg to Barberville, 76 Morristown to 78 in Newport. 56 is where we are overnight tonight with partly cloudy skies, and then tomorrow morning we wake up in the 50s and 60s. We're a little bit warmer thanks to that cloud cover that we had. 82 for the afternoon in Knoxville to 81 Maryville, 78 Talbot to 79 Pigeon Forge. Your First Alert forecast looks right on into the weekend, and if you're headed to the game in Alabama, make sure that you are taking the rain gear with you. You are going to need it. Maybe not so much for the start of the game, but by the finish, I think we have some showers close enough by, and if we have a rogue storm, that could create some delays. Nonetheless, it's going to be hot in the 80s and 70s, and of course, we've got windy conditions as well. Watch out for those tailgating tents and make sure they're not blowing away. For us, that happens for us Sunday morning. Downpours with us, gusty at times, upwards of 30 miles per hour, and a gradual clearing trying to build in the afternoon. So here's 6 o'clock in the morning. Showers and storms arrive for parts of the plateau, Crossville to Jamestown. By 2 in the afternoon, you see here we've got another wave that rolls through. So kind of dreary for most of the day on Sunday is what I would plan for. Then for your Monday and Tuesday, a lot of us in the upper 60s to near 70 for much of next week, and overnight lows in the 40s and 50s.
All right, Kyle, thanks so much. We do have a scam alert from the Greene County Sheriff's Office. They say scammers are pretending to be law enforcement, telling citizens they have missed jury duty. The scammer then demands money, telling the victims they have to go to jail if they don't pay. Well, the Sheriff's Office wants to remind you that no law enforcement officer will demand immediate payment over the phone. That goes for owed fines, too. If you do get one of these calls, do not give any personal information and hang up. Young Williams Animal Center is now partnering with the Knoxville Fire Department to install animal microchip scanners at 2 stations to help return lost pets to their homes. The scanners are now available at Station 3 on Baxter Avenue and Station 17 on Western Avenue. Those stations were selected based on data showing high volumes of stray animal calls in the surrounding neighborhoods. The fire department says by placing scanners in easily accessible locations to help lost pets go home and encourage owners to microchip their pets too. Young Williams Animal Center takes in an average of 600 strays per month, yet less than 20% of those animals have any form of traceable identification. And the Knox County Health Department is partnering with the state, offering free flu shots this month. It's all happening October 21st. That's next Tuesday at 4 different locations in Knoxville. The Knox County Health Department on Dameron Avenue, Fish Hospitality Pantries on Scott Avenue, the Public Safety Complex on Huron Street, and Lonsdale Elementary on Louisiana Avenue. The health department says it will vaccinate insured and uninsured adults and kids for free. If you want to get a flu shot, you don't need an appointment. And we've got a couple of traffic alerts for you today. Some road work could get in your way on Middlebrook Pike starting tonight. Beginning at 7 o'clock, Middlebrook Pike will be closed to through traffic between Weisgarber Road and Mid Park Road. It's so crews can repair the railroad crossing. There's going to be signs up directing you where you need to go if you're passing through. TDOT says the lane closures will be in place 24/7 until no later than 6 o'clock Monday morning. And more work taking place this weekend on I-40 in Loudoun County. Starting at 7, 40 is going to be down to 1 lane in each direction right around mile marker 363. Crews are doing work on the bridge again over Pawpaw Plains Road. TDOT says this is the 3rd and final weekend of work there. The lane closures will also be 24/7 until 6 o'clock Monday morning. If you are driving on I-40 in Loudoun County, be careful, be mindful of the crews out there. And WVLT is proud to be your official station of the Vols. What some would call the game of the year is happening tomorrow. Of course, number 11 Tennessee is taking on number 6 Alabama. And check out what the Vols will be wearing when they beat the Tide. They're going to be all white in their road uniforms with black gloves and black cleats. Alabama is the favorite to win, as Tennessee has not won in Tuscaloosa since 2003. Kickoff for tomorrow's game is set for 7:30 Eastern. Be sure to join us 2 hours before kickoff, though, for Volunteer Game Day. VFL quarterback Heath Schuler, voice of the Vols Mike Keith, and Brittany Tarwater are breaking it down for you. You'll hear an exclusive interview with cornerback Colton Hood, and Heath will take us through Saturday's game plan to beat the Tide. That's all coming up 5:30 tomorrow on the Tennessee Valley Sports Network.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
And every day we're highlighting historic facts leading up to our nation's 250th birthday. On this date, in 1933, Albert Einstein arrived in the U.S. as a refuge from Nazi Germany. He'd already won a Nobel Prize in physics and was famous for developing the theory of relativity. On the eve of World War II, Einstein signed a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It warned Germany might already have nuclear weapons and urged the U.S. to begin research. The letter sparked what would become the Manhattan Project. Einstein would later call the letter the one great mistake of his life. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and on WVLT social media pages. We're going to be right back here with your top headlines at noon.